Already.
We ready?
Yep. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope for the Heart. So the host is me, Adrian Riley, and my sister Angela Riley. Or are you still trying to do Tanner?
I'm still a bit confused. we're gonna say Riley because in the future we're Riley. Yeah, Tanner is out now, so Riley is
All right.
in, Tanner is out.
All righty. All right. Real quick. Of course, we might have to edit this out later, but all right, I'm back. I forgot to turn the light out behind me. They were like super bright. So why is it
Okay.
so bright? All righty. So okay. So this is the what year would this make it? Is it 10 this year
Yes, this
for
is
the
the 10th.
candlelight vigil?
Yeah, this is our 10th year. It's our 10th anniversary.
All
And
right.
I would just, first of all, just like to say, that today marks the 10th anniversary of Devontae Ray Patrick, which was my son, to gun violence here. And so we just really want to reflect on, just honor him today and also honor those that we have also lost within this past year. And, and we just want to discuss the impact that gun violence has on everyone, how many people it affects. So yeah, we just want to kind of reflect on that today, and just the
Okay.
countless people that goes through this.
All right. Did you want to start off by reading the names?
Sure, I can. If I can find, yep. Oh, so yeah. So first we want to start off with Alexis Jackson. Okay, Alexis Jackson and Deshaun Jackson. Thomas Johnson, Taekwon Page, Ricardo Alvarez Navarro, Thomas Moser III, and Michael Pike Jalen Young. So we would just like to honor those on today, and also just send a prayer out to the parents. Just know that you guys are in our hearts, and we're thinking of you, and just praying for the families.
Yeah. Actually, Davion knows one of them, like the one that just happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So Davion was, so I had to talk him through the whole thing, because he was just really like, I can't believe, that happened. He was a cool guy. And so, and that last one, and I could give him my position. For what I was just worded this way, what I heard on the streets is that it was over a pool game.
Oh,
And
really?
they got in an argument, and the other guy that got killed was just trying to break up the fight.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. It's just
yeah,
so
I never
sad.
even heard of that play.
Oh, really? Yeah. And it's just so sad because, like I said, that was his friend. And you see how that ripples down, how it affects even the friends, and the pain that they have to go through, and the scars that that they leave with, that leave the scars, and it's just really, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, because that's how I went out there. They had a memorial, like they had a car sitting out there and they have flowers and pictures and things. So I went out there and sat for a little while, and I saw some other people drive up.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna go up and talk to them at first, but I was like, nah, I'll just let them do their thing. I didn't want to interview them or talk to them about how they know them, how they, I was like, nah, I'll let that go. So I'm not an investigative reporter in that sense. So it's like, But I took some pictures and stuff, and I won't be able to bring them up here, but maybe like in the next show we could bring it up or show the pictures or something, or maybe reach out to the family and invite them to do these shows with us in the future. So,
is there footage you would like to show? Is there footage that you can show so that people that don't know the story can get an idea of what? Because I don't know, we haven't. This is our first show. And usually every year we do the candlelight visual, but since we decided to do something different, maybe we can give them a general idea of what Ray of Hope is about. And so if there's footage you can show.
Let's see. It might be. Let me check it out.
Okay.
I don't know why I just typed in Ray of Hope Foundation, but okay. See, we'll do that. I'm sorry. Let's see what I pull up. 2 killed outside. Pull up the NDU. Let's see. Is this the one? See, man. Where's the okay. I might be able to share the screen. Give me a second.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Now. Okay, I gotta see if it was share that screen. So give me 1 second. So go ahead and talk about some things that's on your mind and what's been on your heart lately as I work on this real quick.
Well, what's on my heart this year is still, kind of hard to believe, and the impact that it has had on our family. It's just kind of devastating. And so the work that the awareness that we have been doing, about gun violence is incredible. And I just really want to thank you because with you being by my side and helping me get through this journey has truly been a blessing. But just, living with it for the past 10 years. And then really trying to bring awareness. It's been hard work, but at the same time satisfying because, it's been rewarding just to be able to advocate against gun violence. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. But yeah, so I mean, and it's just a lot that we really need to discuss community-wise. Because the impact that it has on our community is just unbelievable. And like I said, we had 6 homicides this year, which is way too many. And we vowed to keep doing these shows, advocating against gun violence until we see no homicides in our city. And which I'm believing God for that. Like I said, we are lost 6 this year, but I think the years before that, it was quite a few lives that we lost to gun violence. So yeah, my heart is just keep advocating, keep fighting, because this has to end. But it's just something we can't do it alone. We're gonna need the whole community. So, but yeah, it takes all of us. It takes us all.
I got to work.
After police arrested him.
So I have to cue it up. Expand the screen before we can see it better. Alrighty. Yeah, boy. Ooh. Yeah, be more savvy with this stuff. Alrighty, that's not what I want. This is the screen I want. Why isn't it doing? Why isn't it doing both of us?
What is it doing?
The screen, I had it before, like before I changed it, so I'm not sure why it's not giving me the option where we can both see the screen. Oh, there we go. I just had it.
Okay.
There we go. Just got to be smarter than a device.
They believe shot and killed two people at a popular Elkhart. Police arrested a man who they believe shot and killed two people at a popular Elkhart bar.
Yeah, police arrested 22-year-old Christian Wall in connection to the shooting. He's currently at the Elkhart County Jail on preliminary suspicion of murder. Officials responded to the scene just before 12:30 this morning near the Galley Sports Pub. This is on Northview Drive. They found two people suffering from gunshot wounds in the parking lot. One of the victims was pronounced dead in the parking lot. The other one died at the hospital. At this time, the Elkhart County Homicide Unit is handling the investigation.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Who wants to be in court days before Christmas? Life-changing things happen here.
Oh, here it is. This is the last one.
For the
Okay,
Kimball's
not sure why I
court
won't
dates,
pause,
hearing-
but it just
Okay.
kept going. Like, yeah, pause.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just heartbreaking. What are your thoughts, Adrian?
Well, yeah, it's just, again, no one know how to hold up.
For celebration. But after a shooting yesterday, the Prairie Street
Oh my
Mennonite Church
goodness.
part of
Everything is lagging. So
We're learning.
yeah, yeah, it's lagging because I'm like hitting the pause button and it's not working. It's just, well, anyway, when I heard about it, actually, it was, and of course, someone like, hey, did you hear about the dumb homicide? Like, no. And then when they said the name of the place, I never even heard of the place. And didn't realize when I got there. So, yeah, I've seen this. But the thing that just kind of stuck out to me, especially when I found out how it happened or what led up to it, it just nowadays people don't know how to de-escalate or learn how to just walk away from things anymore. It just it go automatically to just gunplay, and I'm not understanding what's behind all of that whole mindset. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get in an argument and then just shoot them.
Right.
Like, where'd that come from? Somebody put out a gun first, or was they didn't, as far as I know, and it just it's automatically gunplay. It's like, why?
Well, but that's all they know nowadays, And once again, we'll bring it back to it starts at home. It starts at home, and it's generational. When they see uncle with gunplay and mama and grandmama and now the kids, and that's all they know. So how do we get these parents involved? Because like I said, a lot of it starts at home. What do we do?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And what I'm starting to see, and maybe I could pull up the video, is now they're starting to hold parents accountable for some of these kids shooting. Like the one, what I was telling you earlier about the young man that shot his teacher. And the gun was registered, but then they found out the feds picked up the case and her gun was, she lied and said she never used drugs. And they found, when they went and investigated, it was drugs in the system. They found drugs in the house. Like all the stories, so that's another reason why she got charged too. Yeah, but I
agree with that. When you are reckless, you got a child underage, you the parent, you're reckless, and these kids getting guns and going out here shooting people. You need to go to jail. I guarantee you, it'll decrease some of the shootings.
Yeah, because it's like, well, because that's what they asked him. Like, well, how you get the gun? Like, why wasn't it locked up? Or and then, of course, she told the story. Yeah, it was locked up, or I thought it in my purse, or just, blah blah blah. Until they investigated, it's like, yeah, we ain't seen nothing that even resembled that you had it locked up somewhere, or any of that stuff.
Exactly, and I don't think we're saying we against guns. We're not against guns, but when you reckless and careless with them, then you need to pay the consequences for your actions, period.
And that's what I'm seeing if I can find it. I probably won't, because this line probably have to type it in. But yeah, and that's what I noticed, even like with us working with kids and working with families and stuff, like you starting to get into the field, and I've been doing it a while. It's just like, you know, even attitude with the parents today, just like, well, the teacher will call and say, hey, your child is not, what you calling me for? Ain't it your job to make sure they behave? Yeah. Like, no, it's your job to teach your kids how to behave. Like, they ain't they parents, they the teachers.
Right. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And like I say, yeah, parents need to be start being held accountable. It's just all that is to it. If you get enough of them where they have to be punished for what their kid did, I guarantee you you will hear about less shootings, you know. Start holding them parents accountable for their child.
My thing is, I remember where, you know what I mean, you didn't just want your name to look bad, or because your kids automatically reflect you. So
that's right.
You want your kids acting out just on the strength of that by itself.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's just they nowadays they just don't care. It makes them no different. Looking bad looks good to them now. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's true because just yesterday, I kid you not, I'm sitting there, it was about 4 kids. Now they all black kids, 4 of them walking. And it wasn't that cold out, but they had their coats on, hoods on. One of them had a ski mask. They walking with their hands in the front, like, you know, they looked like they was for the rob something, whether they was or not. Beside the point.
Right.
2 of them was walking like with one of their legs stiff as if they was carrying a rifle potentially.
Yeah.
They were like had on skinny jeans, or skinny sweats. So I'm like looking, it's like, don't look like they, I mean, because you will see it with them.
Yeah.
But it's like, why even make yourself look hot like that? And I noticed that all the time when I was young black youth, they will sit there and look like they own something all the time. Now, if the police roll up on them because they look suspicious, you just want to stop them because they black. No, you look suspicious. Like you look like you came from something or finna do something.
Right.
All the time. Like, why would you do that? I don't understand it. Why would you draw that attention to yourself?
Right. And I don't even know where did this begin? Where did it start where they just don't care anymore about anything? When did this start?
I don't know. It's got to be something they listen to, and it must be the craziest. It got to be studio gangster stuff because it don't just everything don't make any sense. Like, why would you, I'm just gonna look like I'm for the rob something. Like, where is it at in Philadelphia? They just banned wearing ski masks in certain places in public because it's just the crime is out of control. And they was like, profiling what's racist. It's like, now, gotta really think about that. Why would you think that's racist because they banned ski masks in certain places? Like, what are you trying to say about us? Like, because of course it's black people complaining about it. That's racist. Right. That's like, so why is we wearing them? Like black folk, like why? Like we. Why would you need to wear a ski mask? You ain't in Alaska on the North Pole somewhere.
Yeah, the look is not good. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but we got to figure it out. We got to see what went wrong and when, and how do we fix this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's just ridiculous now. And I mean, I was telling some people about the time when when Davion, my son, was trying to sag in the house, and I ran up behind him and gave him the wedgie of a lifetime. Boy, I lifted him all the ground. Dropped him.
That's right.
Said, every time I see that, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
You better sneak and do it or something, because if I see it, you're going to have a wedgie every time at best.
Exactly. And that's what they need. Like I said, I'm not trying to say all parents are bad, but some of them need to tighten up some because y'all, you're slacking. And it is what it is. So just tell the truth about it, Get yourself together and raise your children, period.
Mm-hmm. Stop being their friend. No, that all junk.
And like I said, I really do understand for the parents that really do try all they can do. They've done all they can do. They've sought out help. They've did all of that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that don't do nothing. And like you say, get smart with anybody. You can't tell your children nothing. Them the ones I'm talking about. Get it together.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's just, what I noticed, and you, as you do it, as you now in the field, as you start working with the families more, it's just they don't believe in accountability. And then also, I like that you're going through the trauma-informed training too, because like you said, the one parents was trying, but if they got unresolved issues or past trauma, they pass that down to the children. But then again, in the Black community, we ain't going to see a therapist, nothing.
Period. That is that's taboo in the Black community. No therapist. We're not crazy, but but it was exactly right. But like I said, I'm excited to see, where we're headed and our next move. So this is gonna be great. But like I said, our first episode, is this our first? Yeah. Well, we got a lot to talk about. This is definitely a discussion we need to have continually.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna pull up like the video when we had the town hall meeting when we started that, like at the first year. I think I had a video of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the right one. I gotta get used to. I'm used to just always looking at looking at it on my phone like YouTube all the time. Yeah. So now I'm doing it on the laptop because I'm not never on. See, this look like it changed, but all right, I'm gonna pull it up. So here we go. Pause it, pull it up.
Now, in response to many of those violent acts,
it just started on its own when you're on the screen. So real quick. Gotta find it. Alrighty. I don't know why this thing go through all that. All right.
Now, in response to many of those violent acts, an Elkhart woman wanted to bring the community together for peace. WSBT 22's Veronica Jean Seltzer was at that march today. BJ, the organizer put this march together as a way to stop violence in Elkhart.
Exactly, Suzanne. When Brittany Graham heard about violence in Orlando, Louisiana, and close to home in St. Joseph, Michigan, she knew something had to change. She started envisioning a community gathering. Today, that idea finally became a reality. Peace. As people gather in Elkhart to remember lives lost due to violence.
It's an everyday struggle. Nobody should ever have to bury their child due to gun violence.
Kimmy Jackson knows firsthand the toll of violence in Elkhart. Her daughter, Christiana, was murdered at just 7 years old during a home invasion.
It's time to bring people together to think about what can we do for the future.
That was Elkhart native Brittany Graham's vision after hearing about tragedy after tragedy across the country.
I think it starts where you're from. I think you should. It's wise to start where you're at.
Today, that vision became reality as people marched from High Dive Park in Elkhart across the bridge to Island Park. There, community stakeholders talked about how to reduce violence, how to make Elkhart a better place.
We have got to change ourselves. We got to look at ourselves and say, what do we need to do? How do we need to change ourselves to help our community?
Angela Tanner says she made that change the day her son was killed in a church parking lot in Elkhart. Devontae Patrick was just 18 years old.
Just graduated from high school, getting ready to go to Grand Rapids, Michigan. He wanted to go to college. He had so many dreams, and it's all gone now.
Christiana Jackson's family knows that same pain.
Coming to my house to take something that didn't belong to you, whatever it was, go get a job. I mean, plain and simple.
That's one of the improvements people here want to see, higher employment rates. They also want to work toward adding community youth programs and encouraging parents to be more involved in their children's lives. Anything community members can do to keep from throwing even more roses into this river.
Every day I play that in my head, my daughter being shot, laying on my living room floor, bleeding from every possible part of her body. And that just never will go away from me until the day I die.
It will be 4 years ago on Friday that Christiana Jackson was murdered. Police still don't have any suspects. If you'd like to get involved with the group that rallied today, I have a link on our WSBT mobile app. At the live desk, Veronica Jean Self.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's so sad.
Yeah, we probably have to have Kimmy on the show.
Yeah.
Sometime, like do a panel. So it was interesting when I was thinking about that, about what they're saying. Like, they said something about unemployment and like, what? People ain't killing each other because they ain't got a job.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where, again, taking a deep dive at someone, or really just looking at, again, like the Robin. In that case, I think that was because they didn't have a job. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you, especially where we live at, if you ain't got a job here, you don't want a job, pretty much.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's way deeper than that. Yeah. Like I say, it's something else to, this. I just don't understand how people are just so evil nowadays, just to take a life for no reason, just because you said so. Yes. It's not fair. And it's ridiculous. So it's more mental. How do we get these people in treatment? Because I think that's what we lack. And then, as you were saying earlier, our community don't believe in mental health or going seeing a doctor or anything like that. So, but it's.
And then you've seen it even as far as how groups work. So when you're trying to like work with people on their criminal thinking or whatever the case may be, I done ran groups for years. And what I noticed especially when they write these curriculum, they don't provide a space where it's not written there where people could be honest about where they at in their mentality.
Right.
And their criminal thinking or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I remember I had wrote something up called Crime, Poverty, and the Cheating Strategy. And they was like, what you mean by that? It's like, well, most people do crimes because they don't know, they're not getting the outcome they want, playing by society's rules, or it's taking too long, or whatever the case may be. And they have to have somebody help them process the thinking behind that at times, especially the young people, because I've seen those after they done already shot somebody and stuff, and they got way to adult court. And then it like hit them when they either get sentenced or right before. They're just like, wait a minute, like I really, like, this is real. And it's like, it is. So how did you get here? Like what?
Right.
How did you get to this point?
Exactly. And that's why I say about the young man that murdered Ray. He was a youth, 15, 16 years old. But, when the young man was being sentenced and all of his hearings, this young boy had no family there, and that he never had a parent, he never had a sibling, an aunt, uncle, nobody was there. So you can kind of see how, he ended up where he was at. It was so hard to believe. But you can kind of understand how he got where he's at, And
I just noticed that the computer wasn't plugged up, and it's like draining. So sorry about that. And it still ain't even like, I don't know, boy. Today is just janky. Like I plugged the power cord is. Hold up, maybe I gotta cut it on. That's it. There we go.
Okay.
I'm back again.
Okay. But like I say, this is a conversation that we have to keep having. We need to have on a continuing basis. If we ever want to see any change, we definitely got to keep sharing and keep this conversation going.
All right. Actually, I must put this up here. It's kind of long, but we can pause it as we go.
Botched.
All right. That's good. And then, so see if you Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing why it's doing that. It's over here. All righty.
Burglary with tragic consequences.
I just shot 2 guys.
4 friends, Jose, Anthony, Blake, and Danzel, broke into a house when they thought no one was home.
All right, real quick as it's playing, if you want to just, when you just stop to do any commentary on it, just say, and we can pause it and just speak on it.
Okay.
But you remember this, the whole Elkhart 4 thing?
Yeah, Elkhart 4, yeah.
All right, we can start back
Levi,
there.
another friend, had cold feet about the whole plan and stayed behind.
They broke into my house. I'm holding a gun on the people right now.
The startled homeowner, fearing for his own safety, had shot Blake Lehman in the back of the leg. He survived. But cowering in a closet, Danzel Johnson was shot in the chest. He died at the scene. Anthony and Jose ran and were later caught. Most in the community of Elkhart, Indiana, expected the boys would be charged with burglary. They weren't. They were charged with felony murder. A person can be charged with felony murder if someone dies during or shortly after the commission of a felony, like a burglary, whether the death was intentional or accidental. The case of the Elkhart 4 divided this town, pitting neighbor against neighbor.
There's a lot of chaos in the city. It was divided.
Defense attorney Vincent Campidi was one of those who felt the felony murder charge was excessive.
From the beginning of my looking at the case, the absurdity of it was evident. How can a prosecutor charge these boys?
All right, what's interesting, so when you hear what people didn't know, of course, but I was assigned to the detail, like the security detail for them. And I was his personal, like, security.
Oh,
so
were you really?
Yeah. So, which is Blake. So I was with him all the time because all the press, we had to really be careful about who was around and all that, and everybody trying to bombard him or do anything. So I was with him. Now, the interesting thing is that, actually, I got to do it again. The interesting thing, I'm going to just talk about while I do this. The interesting thing about the situation or what was happening behind the scenes, they was talking about how sorry they were and how they was apologizing to each other.
Right.
It was all in different, like, rooms, but they was like yelling across from each other, and they was just talking about how they ruined each other's life, and it was just the remorse that they had because they didn't know. Like I said, when you're working with these type people in group, like what led up to that? Like, they want to have a quick lick to go get some money to go do something. It's like there's so many other ways to make go cut your grass, go do something, watch a dog. But it's like, why rob a house? And that'll be the thing. When I do groups, I'll walk them through it. It's like, what,
Exactly. Yeah,
it's a quick lick. Like, what? How do you even know what's in the house? So how you even know is that? How do you come to that conclusion? All that, but to ask them as in a curious way to get them to think. So it's not for me to know the answer. It's just for them to study. Like, okay, how was my thinking and what goes up to it?
Exactly.
But
exactly.
That was something else to listen to them, and they was like, it's pretty much, they was devastated because their friend killed, which is Danzel well, and it's just I couldn't even believe it. Like, I was like, he don't even do nothing.
Right.
There ain't no way where he robbed somebody's house.
Right. And they just really didn't consider the consequences. So I bet you they were scared. You know what I mean? Because wow. Okay.
Yep. And he'd even leave the porch.
Yeah.
And he got I forget how much time they got. It was like 50 years or 45 years. Yeah. It was, they all out now except for this guy. I think, I don't know, they might be back in there. But
I think they are all out now. Like I said, I don't know about the one guy, but I know the other three are. So
I think one of them went back or something. I don't know. It's been a while because I used to try to keep up with him. Well, with Blake, this guy, like I said, that was like a real bad. Like that was hard for me to sit in the court and watch all that go down.
Yeah.
It's, you know, so. But one thing he said to me, because we was leaving the court after they was found guilty and sentenced and stuff, you know, because they're so young. And I don't know what look I had on my face or whatever, because, you know, we was talking and I told him what I do and stuff and what I've been doing. He's like, whatever you do, don't stop doing what you're doing. He said, because I wish I had somebody like you in my life to help me and guide me in the right direction when I was younger. And I was like,
mentor.
Yeah. So, and I asked him, I said, so in the future, is it all right if I tell the story, like the conversations we had? And he was like, yeah. So I should reach out to him and see he'd be on the show sometime, talk on.
Yeah. Well, maybe this should be our next episode then. Yeah, get this discussion because, this is definitely necessary.
Yeah, when people think of, you know, gun violence, I mean, again, the guy had to take care of himself. You know, he was, you know, he don't know what's going on in his house, but at the same time, it's like, that's the thing they got to think about. Yeah, you can get shot because you wasn't intended on going to hurt nobody. That's why I was knocking on doors to make sure nobody was there.
Right.
But I'm sure you'd anticipate that. And it's like, that adds more, again, violence to the community. Gun violence without them even thinking about that.
Yeah. So, like I say, it's a lot we need to discuss. But, so awesome. So, well, I guess I don't know if we
in response to many of those violent acts in Elkhart.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said I didn't know if we were concluding this episode.
Yeah, we can conclude it.
Okay. But as we concluded, let's just remember the names of the victims we lost this year, and Ray, Devontae, and I thank you so much, brother, for joining me, and you know you're always there for me. You my little brother.
All right. Before we go, everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. Actually, it'll be on my social keys, YouTube, because we're in the process of getting our Ray of Hope YouTube all together, or Hope for the Heart YouTube all together. And so we're working it out. Like, you know, we got some help now. Somebody gonna help us get all this stuff together. And so you'll find it at Social Keys, and we will have our Cash App and everything else active again here pretty soon if you want to donate to the Ray of Hope Foundation as we work with families and in the community. And so, but yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm glad we got it done because it almost seemed like we weren't gonna get the show done today.
Right. Yep, it did. But we plowed through it. We got through it. So thank you.
All righty. Well, everybody, we'll catch you next time. And God bless. And
much love to y'all. Bye.